Yes.
Yeah. So I just wanted some questions that we have curiosity over. Just wondering how the body is going at the moment from your point of view. Could you do a body scan for it?
Yes. The body is very relaxed. Uh, We are clearing remnants from the heart space. There's been a huge heart healing and just clearing and balancing the area of the heart, bringing it back into full balance and harmony.
Beautiful, thank you. What does she need to know about that?
The opening up of the heart has been a process for her
Mm-hmm.
after it has been shut down for some time. But she is working with us to open up herself to loving herself more,
Yeah,
to accepting herself more, to honoring herself more. And this is something that has been very beneficial to her, because as she releases the density from the heart space, she is noticing that the world is opening up to her in such wonderful ways.
beautiful.
Hmm.
Are you able to balance and neutralize her body while we continue with the questions?
Yes, we are.
Yep. What dimension do you reside in?
The ninth.
Beautiful. And from your perspective, in terms of the shift, what does the shifting to 5D mean for humanity?
Well, at this time, the earth is experiencing a huge transformation, and it is birthing itself in a way that it is reinventing itself, um, and coming into a higher way of being. And the beings that are living on the earth have the two choices as to whether they would like to participate in the newness of where the earth is going, or if they are comfortable and happy to stay where they feel safe and secure. It's very much an opportunity to step out of the comfort zone or to stay in the comfort zone. And that will depend on where people are at, or where beings are at, while the new earth is stepping out of her comfort zone into something new.
Thank you. And what is the life contract for this planet's soul in terms of shifting to the fifth dimension? Can we understand what Gaia's life contract to shift to 5D is?
It's time for Gaia to release herself from from the torture in a way that she's been undergoing. She's been held back, and she's been in a way like there's been an arrest of her growth and her evolution. So she's broken free from the constraints of that way of being, and she's freeing herself in a way that is so loving and so beautiful. She's just, it's like this beautiful lotus flower that's just gently opening up to bloom so perfectly.
Mm-hmm. And where is she at the moment? She's still attached to the old earth, but she's flowing into this new way of being. Thank you. And so what is the term old earth referring to?
The old earth is the old version of her, the old unevolved, the part of her that wasn't truly aligned with the frequency of love. It's the part of her that existed or that exists before the rebirth. And that just is. It just is. It's just continuing that way.
Mm-hmm. So are we changing from 3D to 5D anytime soon?
So humanity is in the process of deciding whether it is moving with the new earth, and humans have beings have different contracts, and so some will move across before others, depending on their soul contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be something that will be done in stages and in waves. In waves.
What could be the life lessons for those people experiencing the old earth?
Well, the old earth will not have the high frequency that the new earth will carry. And so because of that, the old earth will there will be experiences that will have to happen on the old earth because it is lacking the higher frequency vibration. So those who are not choosing to evolve from the old earth will be remaining in a limited way of being and a limited perspective. And because there will be a lack of high frequency, there'll be a lot of density. So with that will be some big lessons for them that they are needing to stay back, to stay on the old earth to experience. And there's no judgment, and there's no competition, and there's no race in any way. It's just that some beings are wanting to stay because that's what they are needing to experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are some souls that have outgrown that experience, and they feel constricted in that experience, and they feel that they've outdone that. They don't need that experience anymore, and they're the ones that will be open to expansion, to go to the unknown, because they feel that they've done their job here. They've done their job in the old earth.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be a choice that everyone makes based on whether they've done what they've come here to do and they're ready for the next stage, or those who are still comfortable doing what they need to be doing here on the old earth.
Thank you. What is the new earth?
What is the new earth? So the new earth, what I'm experiencing is very harmonious and very balanced. Very vibrant,
Mm-hmm.
and like a slower pace. Everything is in slow motion. Everything is just, nothing is hurried. Everything there's enough time. There's enough space to be observing, to be feeling, to be connecting. It's just very it's just very, very easy. Everything is just gliding, very relaxing, very peaceful. It's just a pure existence of peace and harmony.
Beautiful. Are we able to take our 3D bodies to the new earth?
No, the body, the carbon-based body that the human is made of is not it's not able to withstand the high frequency of the energy on the new earth. And so the body must undergo a process of there's like a level of purging and releasing. In order to be light enough to withstand the energy on the new earth.
Thank you. What are the differences between the carbon-based bodies and the crystalline-based bodies?
The carbon-based bodies they're denser, they're more not thick, but they're heavier, and energetically they're just heavy. They're just very heavy energetically, and they carry so much memory and so much energetically. They're carrying trauma, and they're carrying toxins that are embodied into that physicality. And the process of cleansing the toxin and the impurifications is a process that we are assisting the human body in. We are assisting the carbon body to release itself from all of that heaviness, so that it's freed from all of that and able to move into the higher dimensions. And this process has been going on for some time, without many people having the awareness, but many people can feel now that their bodies are feeling different, their bodies are needing different things, liking different foods, needing different sleeping patterns. Their exercise and movement regimes may be changing. I know that for the vessel, she is feeling very drawn to be doing yoga, stretching, like qigong, very beautiful, soft and calm, energetic movements, where she's finding it hard to she used to dance a lot. She's not doing very like a lot of exertion in her movement anymore. She's finding it too much, and so she's more needing the connection with the breath and the movement together in slow actions. That is what she is feeling as though her body's needing now.
Mhm.
And so she's also not able to stomach the foods that she could stomach before. And she's eating a lot more lighter foods, foods from the earth,
Mhm.
less heavy cooked foods. She's eating a lot of light meals and not even eating as often as she used to. Feeling as though when her body's asking for it, she's giving it food. But rather than, having these set times to eat, all of that's changed. Her whole system of eating has changed, and she is craving less sugar. Not that she's not having it, but she's craving it less. She's craving more salt.
Mhm.
But yeah, the body's needs are changing as it's becoming lighter and lighter.
Thank you. Is there an event that would take place that would make us start calling Earth experience old Earth?
There will be waves moving across, and that's the way she's being shown. Waves moving from one to the other.
Physical waves or energetic waves?
She's shown energy. She's being shown energy moving from one energetic field to another in waves.
Yeah, we're hearing from many other people talking about the new Earth being here now and on this planet, and that we are in the fifth dimension. Where are they getting that information from?
This is not correct. There are people experiencing the fifth dimension energetically.
Mm-hmm.
They are in high states of being, like high frequencies.
Yep.
They're able to access those higher dimensions. But the 5D Earth is not this experience.
So they can access 5D. So when they say they can access, when you say that they can access 5D energy.
They can access the consciousness of 5D at this time if they're able to raise their vibrations, but they have not shifted to 5D
Okay.
from here. This is not a 5D planet. This is a 3D planet.
Mm-hmm. So, and therefore we can't be in 5D.
No, not here.
Not here. Is the vessel going to New Earth?
Yes.
What will she be doing in New Earth?
She is going to be assisting in the in the early stages of the welcoming party. Mhm. She's going to be like the welcoming party. Huh. Assisting those who are not quite aware of what is happening, and welcoming them and helping them to remember and to understand what's happening for them on a soul level.
Since time is not, what can you tell us about time not being linear? Is this a fragment of her that's already experiencing this?
Yes. Yes. She's in between two worlds at this time,
Mm-hmm.
and she's feeling it, and this causes her some confusion. And not long ago she had a bit of a meltdown because she was feeling as though she's literally living a double life, and the human part of her, the 3D part of her, was really struggling with the constriction of being in the 3D reality. And so she has had to be able to accept and merge the two, so that she can have a foot in both worlds at this time. It's been very difficult for her.
But her team has been assisting with her. I mean, assisting her into bridging this.
Yes. And a lot of what she is purging now is old paradigms and old belief systems that she knows from her higher perspective that don't really exist, like many belief systems that are created from the human construct, such as the 9 to 5 reality of work. She's not feeling aligned with, not giving herself enough time in the day to replenish. She's feeling as though she's needing more downtime, where she just is able to just empty out her mind. She's needing to slow down more, and the conflict in beliefs that come from the 3D way of being. She's finding a lot of conversations that she's hearing without any judgment, but she's finding that she's more aligned with some people who are feeling the same way,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the people that she used to spend time with, she's finding herself less able to relate to them.
Yeah.
And that has been causing her a little bit of distress, because she's just feeling, at times she's feeling more lonely, but that's exactly how it's meant to be for her, because she's spending that time that she's in solitude connecting with us, so we can help her body to integrate into where it needs to go next.
Beautiful. Now, the bodies we will have in the new earth, what can you tell us about them?
They are more of like a rainbow light frequency, and they're able to be they're just more versatile in a way, and they are more able to to practice different ways of being. They have more abilities.
Mm-hmm. What kind of abilities?
Well, telepathy is one that there is a way of communicating that is much higher than speaking in language, words. It's mind to mind communication. It's seeing another for all of that they are. So you see beyond the illusion of what the other is projecting, because you see truth.
Yep.
As in the human form, someone with ill intentions can look very beautiful, and the masking of the reality of who you are is so easy in the human form. Whereas in the crystalline form, all of who you are is there for you to parade. And there's no masking, there's no hiding, there's no manipulation, there's no trickster energy, because everyone sees one another for the truth of who they are. And this is something that is very difficult unless you have a very strong intuition. It's very difficult to understand another in the human form, because there are so many ways that their truth is masked. In fact, in the human form reality, it's encouraged. The truth is encouraged to be masked. There is so much focus on external looks and material goods, and most of the humans are searching for ways to mask themselves even more, because that's how they feel safe to function in the human world. So if you're a highly emotional person, you mask that by toughening up, If you feel that when you are hurt, you need to cry, you mask that by holding your tears back. If you're aging, you're encouraged to have treatment on your face and on your lips and have, things added to your physical body to mask who you are and what's going on for you. There's a lot of masking going on in the human form, whereas when all of those layers come off, you're left with the essence of the being. And it's just so much easier to live in a world or to live in an existence or a reality where what you see is what you get. It's so beautiful. It's so, it's refreshing. It's refreshing.
How exciting. Can't wait to be there.
Just real. It's real. Just be real. And it's not life. The existence doesn't have to be an effort to try and work another person out. Do they like me? Do they not like me? There's none of that.
Mm-hmm.
None of the questioning. And, you don't have to question whether you trust them, whether you this, you've got to lock your doors. It's just all of that drops off. And it's just pure me with you. I see you, you see me. I honor you, you honor me. There's no competition. I want you to succeed just like you want me to succeed. It's like this way of rising by lifting others.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the human construct, there is so much emphasis on competition and separation. There's a very big difference in 3D to 5D.
Are we able to give the vessel a view of what New Earth looks like and feels like?
She's seeing a lot of vivid color. Like the color is very vivid and very potent and strong, and there's so much beauty. There's plant life, there's underwater life, there are animals, there's harmony, the greenery, there's balance. The existence is very calm and it's just this feeling of balance and calm and peace. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, harmonious place, experience, I should say.
Beautiful. Now, what can you tell us about the rapture? Is this what the Christians call the rapture, the move from old earth to new earth?
Can you explain what you mean by the rapture, the breaking out of?
The breaking out of, so in Christianity, there's a belief system that where that Jesus is coming for its church, um,
Right.
and they will be moving into what they classify as paradise.
Well, there are many belief systems that have different versions of what they believe the new earth to be.
Hmm.
It is called the Messiah in Judaism,
Hmm.
and many other religions talk about these times. They are different versions of the same thing, but many have created stories around the religion that conforms with the religious beliefs.
Hmm.
But it is something that many religions recognize. And the religions have explained it within the paradigm of that religion, which speaks to them in their language.
Yeah.
Whatever works for them in their language is how they express it. There's no right, there's no wrong, but there are just different ways that they portray this event. But this is beyond religion. This is beyond a paradigm of religion. It just is what it is. It is the earth, and it is the beings and the sentient beings on earth that we are talking about. And each being has the right to believe in a paradigm or a religion or a belief. That is okay. And they are getting the information based on the paradigm that they're believing in, which is okay for them.
Beautiful, thank you. Is there anything else that you would like us to understand about this, or the conversation we've been having about moving on to New Earth?
At this time, many people know there is something happening, and many people don't know what it is. They can't put their finger on it, but they know that something is changing, something is moving, and many people are finding life to be very taxing and demanding on them at this time, whether it's relationships, whether it's jobs, whether it's family, whether it's finances, whether it's whatever area it is in their life. There has been an upheaval, if you like, in so many people's lives in the past few years. And this has created what the vehicle is being shown is, those glow globes, the water. It's like a half, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like it's got water and it's got glitter in it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is called.
So it
But
glows.
yeah. So it's like though that is being shaken up, and all the glitter is just, flying everywhere. And it will take time for everything to settle down again. But things will be settling down a different way. And this change that many people feel that they're going through is part of the releasing and purging of the 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 false senses of self that they've been carrying, or the things that have been limiting people, the beliefs that have been limiting people. All of this has to come to the surface and create some chaos in order for the change to happen. And so if people are feeling that they are not sure where they're going at this time, that is okay, because it will be revealed to them as they need to know. But staying and being in a love frequency and always coming back to what would love do? What would love do? I feel that I want to hurt someone because I'm so hurt, but what would love do? How can I have compassion for myself through this? And how can I have compassion for the person that's hurting me? What would love do? So always come back to how love can assist them in following the path that they need to take. And giving the ego part of self, taking away the microphone of the ego. It's there, but it's not so loud anymore, because the part of us that is driving us to be in separation does not really have a place where we're going. And so understanding that we all are one, and we all are here together, or we're all here experiencing this process to learn from one another, to grow from one another, and to care for one another. That's where we can start moving towards that frequency of 5D. And those who are still playing the game of holding that microphone with the ego really loud, but it's me and I don't want this and it's not fair and all of that, then there is a lot of work to be done for those people, because when we start going from me to we, that's when we're starting to move to a different frequency. Because when we think of we, then we are always taken care for. There is enough abundance for everyone when we're all in it together. And the way I see it is, the 5D reality, it's like the ocean. It's like the ocean. Like there's no separation. It's like water. You can't separate water. So it's just the ocean moving, and everyone is in that consciousness of the ocean. And the 3D reality, it's like creating ice blocks from that ocean. And so when we're in the 3D reality, we're little ice blocks. I'm in my ice block and you're in your ice block, but when we merge into the 5D, we're just the ocean. We're all melded and merged into each other. So when we're in our little ice blocks, we have to remember that when we melt into each other, we are each other. So everyone is mirroring to us where we need to grow, where we need to learn, and where we need to evolve. And so we take every situation with the knowing that okay, I'm triggered by this. This person loves me because they're triggering me. They want me to grow. What is it that I need to do to look at myself and see where I'm holding myself back? And thanking that person, whether in the physical or not, but thanking that person for the triggers, because without those triggers, how can I grow? And how can I meld back into that beautiful pool and ocean of love? So the separation of the ice blocks is how we can explain the 3D, but the 5D is the ocean. It's when the ice blocks evolve into the ocean.
Beautiful. Thank you for that perspective. Makes so much sense.